I remembered as a kid, I once asked, why is a day when the Savior of the world was gruesomely murdered on the cross be called Good Friday? Why not Bad or Black Friday? Why will denial of a good man, betrayal, suffering, and death be considered good? Yes, it's called Good Friday because what Jesus did for us on the cross brought about goodness, or brought good to the human race. The death of Christ brought us, the scattered children of God, into a sheepfold. Through his death, Christ destroyed sin, defeated Satan, and brought life to humanity. Through his death, God fulfilled the plan he had for man of bringing salvation. Through his death on the cross, we have been healed. Jesus, during his life here on earth, went about doing good. He poured out his life by preaching the good news, healing all kinds of diseases and sickness, liberating the captives, he suffered. He gave himself as food for us, for our spiritual journey. And then the climax was dying on the cross for the sake of me and you. So we celebrate, we venerate the cross because in the cross is our salvation, is our victory over sin and death. In the cross, we gain healing. So as we gather this night to venerate the source of our salvation, the cross, let us be reminded as we too are called to pour out our life for others through service. Jesus poured out his life through service, bringing the good news to us, healing, liberation of captives, giving himself as food, and then his life on the cross. There is no greater love than this. So if Jesus will do this for us, we too as his followers are called to do the same by pouring out our life for others through service. That the Son of God became the Son of man, so that the sons of men will become sons and daughters of God. As we venerate this cross, let us reflect on what Jesus actually did for us. That even while we are yet sinners, he died on the cross. Even the same people that benefited from his service were the ones that preferred him death rather than a criminal. That is the peak of God's love to humanity. And that is what each and every one of us is called to do, to pour out our life in the service of our brothers and sisters. The great silence that the church is thrown into on this day is for us to reflect on what Jesus did for us. Not that we are mourning, no, but we are reflecting on God's love to humanity. What dying on the cross brought to us. What dying on the cross did to humanity. So as we go out after this celebration, we are called to reflect in silence the mystery we just celebrate, or we are celebrating, the mystery of God's love. So the cross has a profound place in our life as Christians, because it is through the cross that the world was saved. Christ turned the cross, a shameful thing, into a victorious thing. The cross that was associated with something shameful, dying on the cross that was seen as something shameful, became our source of salvation. So we venerate the cross today, and we are called to reflect on what Jesus did for us, so that we too can go out and pour our life in the service of others.